Welcome to A Masculine Man. In today's discussion, I want to unveil some key aspects of masculine energy that inherently draw women toward you and help you evolve into the kind of man they're instinctively drawn to pursue. So, let's get right into it. During my few years of helping men refine their dating lives, I've noticed a few recurring themes that led me to create this content. Many men express frustration, saying they dislike the idea of playing manipulative games, pretending to be someone they're not, or feeling that the process is overwhelming. If this resonates with you, this perspective will be a game changer. It's not about pretending or strategizing. It's about embracing and embodying qualities that women are biologically wired to find compelling. Another reason for this conversation is to address a growing trend of misinformation, particularly in mainstream narratives that vilify masculinity. Many men I coach feel uncertain or even apprehensive about fully embracing their masculine side, fearing social pushback, or mistakenly believing it's not what women desire. The truth, as you'll discover, is that tapping into your masculinity is exactly what women find irresistible. It's not about adhering to outdated stereotypes, but rather redefining masculinity in a way that's authentic to you. For years, I mistakenly associated masculinity with being a stereotypical tough guy, someone who asserts dominance through aggression or bravado, a Tony Soprano archetype. However, my experience has shown me that true masculinity has nothing to do with posturing. It's about embodying certain principles that naturally draw others to you. Through this journey, I'll guide you in understanding and applying these principles, enabling you to effortlessly demonstrate them in your own life, paving the way for deeper, more fulfilling connections. The first cornerstone of masculinity that captivates women is emotional independence. Autonomy at its core means self-reliance and self-governance, a man charting his own course and staying committed to his mission. Many men grasp the importance of setting life goals and prioritizing their broader aspirations. However, the true litmus test of masculinity lies in emotional independence, especially in the context of relationships. This independence is best defined as the ability to regulate and command your emotions, particularly when dealing with someone you deeply care about. Imagine this. A man might excel in his career and maintain a focused demeanor, but when a romantic interest behaves unpredictably, perhaps not responding to a message, he spirals emotionally, losing his grounding. The woman, in essence, ends up holding the reins to his emotional state. True masculinity thrives in the face of such scenarios. It's about recognizing and reclaiming control, even when emotions like jealousy, fear, or frustration arise. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or denying your attraction to someone. Rather, it's about containing those emotions within their proper sphere, ensuring they don't disrupt other facets of your life. For instance, when a man is emotionally governed by a woman's actions, such as her failing to text back or her disagreeing with him, it's easy to see how he might overreact or make impulsive decisions to win her approval. Emotional independence, however, allows a man to maintain his composure, unaffected by temporary disruptions, and act from a place of confidence. This principle extends to boundaries as well. A man who values his principles and asserts them without being swayed by his emotions earns a woman's respect. For example, if he values uninterrupted quality time and notices a date constantly scrolling through her phone, he should assertively but calmly ask her to engage in the moment. Lastly, emotional independence ties closely to courage. A masculine man acts despite fear, whether it's the anxiety of approaching someone new or the uncertainty of pursuing his goals. This resilience, the ability to stand firm in the face of emotions, is what makes such men naturally appealing. When a woman encounters a man who masters this emotional self-control, she finds herself intrigued and challenged, drawn to his unwavering energy. This dynamic fosters a natural attraction, creating an effortless magnetism that speaks volumes without needing any games. The next essential aspect of masculinity is the ability to remain non-reactive. At its core, this means maintaining your emotional equilibrium when faced with the unpredictable waves of a woman's emotional energy. Women are naturally expressive and emotionally dynamic, often throwing out comments or behaviors that can feel provocative. But beneath it all, what they seek is the steadiness of a man who won't be easily swayed. Imagine this scenario. You mention your profession and she casually remarks, "Oh, all accountants are so boring." At that moment, you might feel a flicker of irritation, but reacting emotionally, defending yourself, getting annoyed, or trying to prove her wrong only pulls you into the turbulence of her emotional flow. Instead, a masculine response would be to smile, shrug, or playfully dismiss it with, "Is that right?" allowing the comment to roll off without disrupting your composure. This sturdiness applies equally in relationships. When a woman says something emotionally charged like, "You never help out around here," the reactive approach might be to argue back, listing all the times you've pitched in. A non-reactive man, however, might calmly say, "Got it, babe, I'll handle it," or lightly diffuse the tension with a steady, grounded demeanor. This isn't about dismissing her feelings, but showing her that you're not easily shaken. Non-reactivity doesn't mean ignoring your boundaries. If her behavior crosses a line, you can calmly assert yourself without emotional escalation. For example, if she's trying to provoke jealousy, you might say, "Hey, I don't think that's appropriate," with quiet confidence, instead of storming off or creating a scene. This balance between being assertive and composed reinforces the steadiness that women find deeply attractive. Ultimately, being non-reactive means embodying the energy of a rock, unmoved by external forces, providing stability amidst chaos. It's this grounded presence that naturally complements a woman's emotional rhythm and makes you irresistible. Let's move on to the next insight. One of the most overlooked aspects of masculinity is mastering the balance between expressing attraction and demonstrating respect. Many men struggle to integrate these two elements, often leaning too far in one direction, leading to confusion and mixed results. Take, for instance, the behavior of some men who act purely out of desire. These individuals might strongly pursue their interest in women, but lack the respect necessary to create trust or connection. This imbalance often results in manipulative or forceful interactions, exemplified by negative cultural stereotypes of men who disregard women's boundaries. On the flip side, there are men who embody respect but fail to communicate their attraction. Consider someone who treats his date with the utmost politeness but hesitates to make any moves, fearing it might appear inappropriate. This restraint may come across as hesitation or even disinterest, which can leave the woman feeling unsure of his intentions. Women are drawn to a man who confidently expresses his interest while maintaining respect. For example, when a man invites a woman back to his place after a good date, he's clearly showing interest. If she declines, his immediate response should be to respect her decision without pushing. That's the ideal combination, showing her she's desirable while making her feel safe and valued. Expressing attraction from the outset is key. Delaying this out of fear of offending may inadvertently create discomfort, as it signals that intimacy is a monumental deal. Instead, expressing your interest early normalizes desire, while respecting boundaries ensures she feels at ease. Compliments about her appearance or a confident invitation are positive signals of attraction, but they must always be accompanied by sensitivity to her reactions. This delicate interplay creates an authentic, masculine energy that many women find irresistible. For those seeking to refine these skills and elevate their social and romantic presence, there's a comprehensive training that dives deeper into this. It focuses on cultivating inner confidence, projecting value, and building a reputation as a man of high status, without relying on external displays like wealth or flashy lifestyles. It emphasizes that being a man of worth starts with the way you perceive and communicate your own value. A common mistake many men make is altering their behavior around women, becoming someone entirely different from who they are with their male friends. This often stems from placing women on a pedestal, treating them as something otherworldly rather than simply as people. Masculinity involves breaking free from this idolization and recognizing women for who they are, human beings with their own flaws, insecurities, and desires. A turning point for many men is exposure to women in everyday casual contexts. For example, working alongside women in a professional setting can reveal their humanity. They deal with insecurities, relationship struggles, and everyday frustrations just like anyone else. When you internalize this understanding, it naturally shifts the way you interact with women. Instead of trying to impress or idolize them, you relate to them as equals. This grounded, authentic approach is inherently masculine and deeply attractive. This perspective also ties into attitudes about intimacy. Men often idealize certain women, categorizing them as too good or too pure for casual sexual interest. However, a mature man understands that women enjoy intimacy as much as men do. He doesn't make sex a monumental issue or attach unnecessary significance to it. Instead, he approaches it as a natural, mutual expression of connection. Importantly, this mindset doesn't mean ignoring a woman's boundaries. A man with true masculine confidence assumes attraction is natural, but respects when it isn't reciprocated. Idolization, by contrast, often leads to hesitation and overthinking, which many women perceive as unassertive and overly cautious. Women seek polarity in their interactions. Masculinity, by its nature, embodies strength and assertiveness, while femininity embodies complementary energy. Attempting to diminish your masculinity or emulate traditionally feminine traits often disrupts this dynamic, leading to diminished attraction. While modern media may promote mixed messages, the reality is clear. Women are still drawn to men who exude authentic, unapologetic masculinity. The final element of masculinity I'm going to reveal is the ability to maintain control, not over others, but over yourself and the dynamics of any situation. Being in control means stepping into a role of leadership, ensuring that interactions flow smoothly and decisions are confidently made. This doesn't involve controlling a woman, but rather taking the initiative to create a comfortable, enjoyable environment for her. For instance, if you're out at a crowded venue and sense the atmosphere isn't right, taking control might mean confidently suggesting a better spot without seeking constant validation. Similarly, if she needs something like a drink refill, you don't hesitate to handle it. This decisive energy establishes a sense of stability and leadership that women naturally gravitate toward. It's about anticipating the next step, such as initiating physical escalation, whether it's holding her hand to lead her somewhere or going in for a kiss when the moment feels right. These actions reflect a man who is sure of himself and his intentions. Being in control doesn't mean bending over backward to please or idolize her, nor does it mean forcing your will. It's about striking the balance of creating a seamless experience while staying rooted in your own self-respect and boundaries. This leadership aligns with other principles of masculinity, including emotional autonomy, maintaining your values and goals regardless of external pressures, and non-reactivity, which is the ability to stay calm and grounded in emotionally charged situations. Further, the essence of being in control supports other masculine qualities like balancing desire with respect. It also reinforces the importance of not idolizing women, but rather treating them as equals, human beings with their own complexities, not unreachable ideals. This perspective builds trust, attraction, and mutual respect. Lastly, understanding these principles doesn't stop at interpersonal interactions. It's also about how you present yourself as a man of value, status, and charisma. High status doesn't stem from material wealth or external markers, but from the internal confidence you project and how others perceive that confidence. By learning to embody and communicate this naturally, you can cultivate an authentic reputation as a socially powerful and attractive man. All right, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, share your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for tuning in, and until next, remain masculine.